Good afternoon, everyone. Well, yeah, Pacific time should be good afternoon as well. It's afternoon. Uh, Hope everybody's doing okay. Um, Welcome to the July Directors Town Hall. Appreciate you guys making an effort to try to get in here. We'll give it just a couple of minutes. Uh, we had 22 signed up, so we're getting there.
How you doing, Tim?
Doing okay. How about yourself?
Oh, can't complain. Can't complain. Nice sunny day.
Yes, it is. A little warm where we're at. How about you guys?
It's 90.
Yeah, and it's supposed to get
Humidity's not
hotter. So,
bad. Yeah, the humidity's not too bad though. It's worse down your way, probably. Usually
uh,
is.
it is getting a little bit humid.
What am I, the first one on the call?
No, you're the only one that spoke up though.
Okay.
Sitting on the beach in South Georgia, so I'm gonna probably stay on mute. But happy to
Oh,
be,
shut it.
but it's hot.
I hope a shark gets you.
Ooh.
Be nice, Tim. Be nice.
Well, he's rubbing it in. He's on the beach. That's not fair.
It is Shark Week.
No
The only
lawyers
thing
allowed.
I will confirm there are no sharks in my pool.
There you go. There you go. Well, we got a pretty good group in now, so let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully, everybody saw the tentative agenda. I'm going to mix it up for a second here. We were going to start with the marketing report, but Trish is on just to hear this as well. The last thing we had on there was the fall business meeting update. We can talk about that a little bit, but we want to talk about some sponsorship opportunities. We are trying to help the young surveyors, their fall conference, get across the finish line with a few things. So if you're out there and be willing to sponsor anything, a break, part of the lunch, whatever for the young surveyors, their conference, reach out to Trish. She'll take care of you. We would appreciate any help we could get. They're going to have a pretty good program, but no, we want to make sure that we're able to take care of them as best. Anything more than that, Trish?
No, that's it. Just if you're interested, just reach out to me. Thanks.
All right, very good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you the slides from Elaine's Ball's marketing report. However, she does this nice recap, and I didn't give you the whole 21-minute thing, but we'll go ahead and play this and let her explain what we've accomplished in the last quarter. It's pretty darn good. So without further ado, here's Elaine Ball in our second quarter marketing report.
Tim, we can't hear her.
Interesting. Okay, hang on. Let me see what I can figure out why it's not playing through.
Unless it was just me. Did anybody else hear her?
No. Yes.
No.
No,
No.
no.
Can anyone hear me? This is Danny Boyd.
Yes. Can hear
Yes.
you.
Yes, we hear you.
All right. Let me start her again and see if we get something.
Some highlights for April to June. So there's a few things I want to.
Anything there? Still nothing?
You can hear it now. It's just quiet.
Very faint.
Real dull. Quiet.
Ah, okay. Let me see if I can turn this up.
Hello and welcome to the marketing report for NSPS quarter 2 of 2025. So highlights for April to June. So there's a few things I wanted to highlight on here. First one being is LinkedIn performance literally tripled in impressions. We were thinking there was going to be some kind of lull after the first quarter, only because there was not much traction before that, and we got it into a consistent and timely manner with the content side of things. So that is just showing massive change in the analytics and engagement metrics, which is really key. Facebook and X have literally exploded. So Facebook's had a 2,331% increase in impressions. That's people eyeballing the posts as they scroll through Facebook. And over 18,000 engagements, that's people liking, commenting, or sharing. And that is unbelievable. So yeah, fantastic. Instagram is on the rise. Again, that's had a 2,446% video views. So again, from nothing, not much content, we're going to see those big figures. So they won't always be massive, but you never know. This is the second quarter, and we're already seeing huge improvement anyways. So also just to highlight that as of, I think it's the 10th of July this year, Google's now indexing Instagram. So company pages, so we should see more traction with regards to the SEO side of things, website visitors, which is fantastic. Q2 site continues to be dominated, so our main thing is organic search and direct traffic, and also lots of people are coming back to the site, so they're reading the content. So we just need to improve on that sort of side of things. So that's also from Sharon looking at the site structure, improving the site structure, and also the membership pages, new about us page, and also the sponsorship sections. MailChimp is now integrated into the system, and we've got strong engagement from that, above average for what we do, but also fantastic people reading it and clicking through, which we're noticing on the Google Analytics. Move my face out of the way. Town halls are providing consistent monthly engagement, so this is good. So we need to keep a real tight, close eye on this, because this is related back to our marketing objective of better communications with internal states. So this is a real key metric that we need to keep an eye on. So that's going to improve that. We've had 146 new membership submissions since the page launched. Strong attendance from Florida and Texas. However, we have still 144 not approved. So that is going to be a key recommendation that we move forwards on. So just to give you the stats, again, I'll move my face out of the way. Let me move me over here. So these are just some of the social stats. This is LinkedIn only. So we've gone up in a percentage of change. Again, you'll notice Q1 we had 60 posts. We started halfway through Q1, and then Q2 238 posts. That's had a big increase. Not so worried about those. Followers have gone up 8%, which is okay. We need to do a little bit more on getting more members, more people following the pages. Impressions have gone up a whopping 209%. So again, that's people eyeballing the posts. So as they scroll through their feed, they will see your post, and LinkedIn is indexing that because they've either stopped to scroll and seen it. So that's how they've done it. Page engagement. So again, that's the likes, button, the emojis. That's up 108%. So that's good. Comments are up really good. We need to get more comments, but we need to get more interaction from the directors and the community. Because that is what is going to drive the awareness of the brand to the wider audience. So comments will be good. Yeah, 40%, not a problem with that. And then that's clicking through onto the so that's up to 209, which is fantastic. Social media highlights again for Instagram, Facebook, and X. So again, you see the massive, huge difference. Again, bearing in mind that we've just started a lot more from Q1 to Q2 in mind, but you can see from the impressions here, there's a massive jump, and these are all stupidly high percentage changes. But we'll keep an eye on that, see what's happening, and making sure that content is engaging. So if we start seeing things go down or change, it's usually because something is not actually there. Website highlights, this is good. Q1 we had 14,000 users, Q2 26,000 users. So time on site is also going up. And organic search has slightly gone down. We've got a couple of little things in there we're keeping an eye on. But again, that we've got ideas of what we need to do to improve that so it doesn't continue to go down. But again, this is only Q2 with only a small snapshot. Direct traffic, so that's people finding NSPS straight in, NSPS into the URL, into Google, should I say, or other search facilities and finding us directly through the NSPS name. Membership page views, strong but full GA data, no full GA data, should I say. So again, that was Q1, and then of course we're now ranked at top 5 is the membership page, which I just wanted to highlight. Email highlights. So again, lots and lots of people, as you can see, are opening the emails. So we set it up in Q1. Q2 is the open rate. So usually on average, you want to see a click-through rate of 3 to 5%, or 3. That's usually the averages, depending on industry, 3 to 5. And we're getting a whopping 12+%, which is good. That means people are clicking on the links. From an open rate perspective, you're looking at anything better than 30%. We're up at 45 plus, so that is fantastic. That people are actually opening and reading the information and clicking through. So we can still test this in emails, having longer form content or shorter form content. So shorter emails, longer emails, to see how that goes. Just to give you some visual stats. So this is the social media performance. As you can see here, just crazy amount of impressions. 558,000 impressions, 26,000 followers. It's crazy. So this is multiple channels.
I'll show you the link to the licenses spreadsheet.
LinkedIn audience, again, as we've already mentioned in the
Mary
highlights.
keeps the spreadsheet on.
To it in the PDF version of this.
Okay, that's the bulk of the report. Wanted to just share that with you because, like we said, it's just been crazy numbers. The fact that we've been able to give, put out some content out there, and people are starting to see us. People are starting to pay attention to what we're doing and interacting with us. I mean, that's the whole purpose of what we were trying to accomplish, and so far we're doing that and then some. And as you can tell, Elaine can get excitable, which is a great thing for us. She is very passionate about the survey profession, geospatial world, and so she's the right person and the right staff to be doing this for us. Part of what we're going to do in the next 90 days, we break these into quarters, 90-day plans, is we're going to start pushing this more out to some more public content and try to share this in boosted posts in places where you're not necessarily connected to us. We can basically put it by whatever sector somebody is listing themselves as. So we'll go through and pick anybody that's in surveying, engineering, geomatics, anything that's even remotely related to surveying. They will see our posts coming in within their feeds. So, and it's really not too much money to do that. We're going to, like I said, we'll start boosting them though. Any questions on this? This, like I said, been very happy with what she's been able to put out. You all have, the ones that are on social media been chiming in on some of this stuff. Any thoughts? Any comments? All right, I'm not seeing any right now, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the next thing, which is going to be the NGS update, the NSRS modernization, the Are You Ready campaign. And I don't see, and I know Linda is unavailable, and Dick Kleinman was also not available. And let's see, Mike. Banta is not on either. Okay, those three people, those three of them, have been working very closely with NGS, and they've got this program, this initiative called "Are You Ready?" Let's see, give me the right one. Well, this will, but part of it is it's going to be an outreach to all of our members. What it's going to take to be ready for the new spatial reference system. A bunch of the beta tools are already out. For those who were at the NGS day, and that was one thing we talked about there, was taking this high level geodetic speak and make it for the common practitioner, make it to where everybody can understand it. And so what Linda, Dick, and Mike are doing are taking it, softening it up a little bit, putting it in layman's terms, and it can be for the technician, it's going to be for the practitioner, it's going to students. We're going to try to make it for everyone, to where, depending on where they're at in their career and their experience level. So we're working through this. Hoping to have something here shortly. I think we're going to do probably a little bit of an unveil in August with the next town hall. We're really dedicating that to Gary Kent and the land title survey standards, but we thought we'll give you a taste of that also next month. I think it's a really good thing. We're working directly with NGS. We spent a lot of time, Linda, Tim Murphy, and myself last week, spent a lot of time with NGS out at the Esri User Conference, and walked through a lot of these things just to make sure that we're all on the same page and we're able to deliver the message that they can't, that they are muzzled by. So that's coming down the pipeline. We'll get that shipped out to every one of the directors. We'll get that shipped out to every one of the state affiliates, the state execs, and broadcast that across our newsletters, our social media, and encourage the states to also then send that out to all of their member lists as well. So with that, any questions off the top with the Are You Ready campaign? All right. Seeing none. Oh, Tom, go ahead. Oh, never mind, Tom. Tom Orsich, that's never mind. I saw you come up there for a second. All right. I'm going to switch it up here. Let's go to now it's going to be the NSPS membership drive with our state affiliates. We talked about this a little bit last time, and it's really coming into a form now. That we talked about this at the town hall with the state execs, and we've already got a few states signed on. So let me walk through this with you, and really talk about what we're going to do here. Geo Week, February 16th through the 18th next year. We'll be back in Denver. And I think, Murphy, now that I think about it, I think I told you the wrong dates. 16th through the 18th. What we're going to do there, we're going to be provided a booth, and we're going to put some things together. So what we're doing is a partnership with each of the states. So and we're asking the states to become part of this, to really help us invest in this and make this something that's going to really blow membership recruitment out of the water. So we want to raise the visibility, bottom line, that what we're going to end up having is a booth there that's going to have all of the states represented. And we're going to do the trading cards that we talked about. That's going to have the state affiliate on the front with hopefully with a Get Kids in the Survey character, taglines, whatever we want, whatever the state chooses to want to publish and publicize about your organization. And so all 50 cards are going to be out on the table. So anybody that comes up at GeoWeek And we've talked to the organizer earlier this week. There were 3,200 attendees last year. And I'm guessing a majority of them aren't a member of any state organization, much less NSPS. So we can get in front of all of these people and tell them about the benefits of state membership, of national membership, and what we're advocating on their behalf to protect their profession. And so, in putting this all together, that's the reason we're reaching out to the states to be part of it during these 3 days in Denver. We don't want to be 50 individual voices. We want to be everything together. So we want to be, and this is an opportunity to do all of this in a uniform manner. Basically, one concept, one card, one way of putting this all together and looking uniform. So, bottom line is we're trying to get everybody to step up and want to do this. So, yes, Geo Week in Denver brings together the brightest minds and the latest innovations. It'll be everything for those who have been there, hopefully can speak to it as well. It's going to be I think it's going to be a great opportunity to really plant the NSPS and state affiliate survey flag in that technical arena. So what we're doing for the $1,000, that is going to be, you get the character, you're going to get 500 cards that you can use to do whatever you want with, whether it's career fairs, whatever you want to do with. They're approximately 3x5. They're heavy cardstock. They're a great tool for promoting the profession. And then also that gets rolled in with all of the information that you're going to give us about the state. It's the state affiliate. That will be turned into social media posts. That will also be put in our Surveyor Says weekly newsletter. It's going to be we're going to be putting out the quarterly newsletter again here soon, and any place else that we're going to be promoting our profession. We're going to spotlight all the states that are coming up and doing this. So you get your character. If you don't already have one, we'll talk about that. 500 cards, representation at Geo Week. We will be promoting your state. And then Elaine is also going to be then featuring all of the states that have stepped up on their Get Kids into Survey platform as well, which is really, really cool. Now, the first 10 that sign up, and like I said, we already have 3 that did. We're going to throw in another 500 cards and some additional promotion through our social media with some special highlighted pieces. So we're hoping that we can get a few more. Now, if your state has already been one that has stepped up and has become a state affiliate sponsor, the $500, that $500 will be credited towards this. So for those states that have already stepped up, that's now a $500 investment. Or you get people like, let me see, is he on here? I don't see Mr. Benny. Tennessee does a pretty decent donation every year that exceeds $1,000. We're going to give theirs for free. That they have already done it. So if your state has already contributed, we want to do this. We want to take that into consideration as well. How do we sign up? Let's just get a hold of Trish. We're going to be we're formalizing all of these documents now and all of the questions and things that are going to go along with it. We're going to be sending this out to all of the state execs probably in the next week. It's being finalized now through Elaine and her team. We'll get these things out. We're going to shoot for probably sometime mid-September or maybe October 1 to try to get wrapped up, because we want to get this turned over to Merrick, the character designer, and start putting these things together. We really want to have something ready by the first of the year, with the goal of being able to have this completely ready and be able to take in February. So with that, I got a question from Mr. Orsich.
Yes. Does NCES have any exposure at this conference?
At GeoWeek, not that I'm
Yes.
aware of.
Because I mean, it sounds like a lot of the professionals that are attending this, or members that are attending, they may be interested in if NCS passes their geospatial exam. And that's why I brought it up. I was just wondering if, because I would think that would be a good source for them to get test takers to start on the road of becoming land surveyors.
No, we have not had any conversations with where all of they exhibit at.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions out there? Mr. Hollinsworth. Did you have a question, Jim? Okay, Ed O'Brien.
Yeah, hi Tim. Do we have a poop sheet for all this?
Yes, like I said, we're putting it all together. We'll have all this information out probably in the next week. Anybody else? All right, seeing none, let's go ahead and move on. Let's see. Yes, let's go to move something around here. Go to, all right, next one's going to be the Federal Highway Authority rescission update. Just let you know that this is, I think, and Linda talked about this at the last town hall. We were able to get some comments into the Federal Register. For those who weren't around or not aware of this story, it's being proposed that the rules for the Federal Highway Administration, that they were going to rescind the requirement to have geodetic markers and geodetic control for all federal highway projects, or actually federal projects. And that was something that was brought to our attention from NGS. And so we were able to quickly rally the troops and put some things together, talking to NGS, talking to a few other industry experts about this. And to be honest with you, what I think has happened is they've run through the rules through AI, and that this rule was written in 1974. So, oh, well, it must be old. It must be antiquated. Let's strike it. Well, no, we still need to have geodetic control and geodetic survey work. And as it says right here in the middle of this, all geodetic, this is what they wanted to get rid of. All geodetic survey work performed at the federal highway project will conform. They were rid of that. So we were able to put some comments together. Besides just stating our, objecting to the removal of this, we gave them some pretty good language on what we felt, how it could be changed, and how it could be enhanced, rather than just saying no, we don't like it. So, bottom line is it does need to conform with the Geospatial Data Act of 2018. That was the whole purpose of putting that act together, to have all these agencies work together on one datum. So we were able to put, and then this letter also went in to the Federal Register as a comment. If you go and look at the Federal Register, it only looked like that there were 20 comments that were submitted. There were actually 300 submitted. They only published the 20 most relevant. And of the 20 that was there, they almost every one of them referred back to our notes and our proposed revisions, and to not get rid of this. Um, and it also turns out that our letter and our outreach lit a fire under the Department of Commerce, which NOAA and NGS is all under their um, uh, council's rear end, and so their council went and sought out the council of the Department of Transportation and the Federal Highways, and so their parties talked and said, "Hey, what the heck? What are you doing here?" So, from all we can tell right now, we did have an impact on getting this at least held up for the time being. Um, no, there's no way to say one way or the other if it's not going to change or get revised or what's going to happen to it. But we spoke up. We provided what I feel is a very, very robust and thorough uh, solution to this problem that they were seeing. So it was, I think it was, and it was very well received at NOAA and NGS. So thank you to those who went ahead and posted to the Federal Register. Our voices were heard, and hopefully that this will go down this path. So we'll wait and see what happens. All right, Joe, answer your phone.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
Wait, is that $100 fine, like at a board of directors meeting?
No, it's not an official meeting, so we can't be too mean. Well, we could, but I don't think we're going to. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Next up on the list, Legato. So, just when you think it's safe to go back into the water, and not you, Byron, I was in San Diego, was actually able to meet with the KOGO coalition, and one of the things that was brought up by one of the GPS IA members is the fact that Legato is reforming. They have found a buyer. They found somebody to finance everything. They're going to help Legato get their system back up and active. And once the mechanisms, the installations get started, then the private equity company is going to take it over and sell it to the highest bidder. So bottom line is that there have been a few people in the coalition that have already reached out to the FCC and basically have been rebuffed that they've already got the approvals, that nothing in the foreseeable future is going to change. Now, I will also mention that the FCC is supposed to have 5 commissioners. Right now they're down to 3, and we are waiting patiently for a commissioner from both sides to be installed. But there 3 commissioners does technically meet a quorum for now, so they can meet, they can decide. And the chair, Brendan Carr, was a commissioner during the time that Legato was initially passed, and Mr. Carr is a big proponent of Legato and expanding communications, terrestrial communications, to make sure that we can get 5G everywhere in the country, no matter what the cost, no matter what the damage. So, yes, it is back. We will keep our ears to the ground and try to figure out ways that we can try to fight this back. We did sign on to a letter a couple of months ago. It was the anniversary of the passing of Legato, and asking to be rescinded, but we'll wait and see where that goes. So with that, any questions about Legato? All right, seeing none. Real quickly, we're actually going to get wrapped up in reasonable time. The Esri User Conference. Wanted to do a little report from there because that is always something that kind of gives us an idea of what the cutting edge of what we're doing is coming into play. With Autodesk University, with the user conference, with Hexagon, some of the Bentley conferences, with Trimble Dimensions. Attending these always gives us an insight to what's coming around the corner. And I was there with Tim Murphy, and then of course Linda, our esteemed president, was there, but she works for Esri, so she had to be there. But hey, I'm going to have to mute you, Mike. Sorry. It was very telling from the get-go that everything, and literally everything, and Murphy, you can pipe up here anytime you want if you want to add anything. Everything that we're going to be touching from here on out, technology-wise, is going to have AI throughout. And it's just the way everything is going. They now have basically a deed reader that gets plugged in, which, at face value, I mean, it's going to be pretty useful. However, I don't want anybody really just taking it, reading stuff in and making the puzzle pieces fit, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got a boundary. It obviously is going to take a little more than that, but to have something that recognizes all of those, a scan deed very, very quickly, and throw it into Kogo is pretty darn cool. But like I said, we still comes back around to the practitioner. Everything, like I said, the data collection, being able to classify points very quickly, and then scanning through a point cloud, a database, and being able to apply that classification to any other pixel that or data point that resembles it, is becoming more and more the standard. So, like I said, it's been very, very interesting where some of this stuff is going. A couple of the other things that we saw on the vendor side. There's a couple of new UAVs out. Indoor UAVs are really becoming more and more popular. All right, Mr. Murphy, go ahead. What do you got?
I just want to jump in while you're talking about the Esri conference and just kind of share a perspective, a couple observations. First of all, it's first time for me at an Esri conference, and just like last year, first time at Trimble Dimensions. The thing that stuck out the most was how large Esri in the GIS world is, and how much it touches. And you think of how interrelated surveying is with GIS, and we, along with geodesy, we are just a very small part. It goes well and way beyond. It was mind-boggling how large and just how many different things unrelated to surveying it touches. And then the other thing is that the special interest group, the SIG group with surveying that Linda had monitored and had a couple of speakers, one guy from the Navy and one guy he's a surveyor in Florida, and he's also a GIS user. A couple of comments from the audience. I think I was just surprised that there's still angst between surveyors and GIS people. And I think the GIS world wants to interact with us. And I would just say we still have an opportunity to interact with them and be part of that world. It's not going away. It's a big part of mapping. And I think the more we can interact with that group and in a positive way, assist if they may call with dumb questions. Tim and I had a conversation outside of the one hall, And what was the phrase she kept using? The starting point wasn't a point of beginning, but a starting
Yes.
point for legal. At times, these folks know enough to be dangerous, but they serve a purpose that's outside of our world. And again, I think it's just an opportunity that we have anytime we can interact with them in a positive way, help them, educate them. It's just good for the profession.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that's one thing that I see happening with, and especially now. What was one thing that they introduced is some build-ins now, some plugins for AutoCAD directly into uh, ArcGIS and vice versa. That it's going to become more interchangeable as we go. That's one thing that Esri software is good for are large data sets. And so, uh, anytime you're dealing with more and more data, that's just something that's going to be on our, uh, on our and I think something for our toolbox. So, uh, that's what we're going to have to, recognize that this is some of the stuff that, uh, you know, more of this software is going to be. We just got to get away from the whole GIS stigma and realize this is going to be something that we're going to be included in. So, um, yeah. So yeah, and you're right, Tim. It is a little overwhelming. You walk into some place like that, and it's just it's it's really crazy. And like I said, there was enough conversations that uh, people that know just enough that like you said, the one lady we were talking to, she just kept saying, well, as long as I get the surveyor starting point, then I can plot anything. Um, if it were just that easy, we just go out and find that magic beginning point and just plot it away, and it all falls into place. So anyway, um, any questions, comments? Ed, go ahead.
I think the survey GIS thing that you guys had last year with Brent and the a couple other GIS guys and surveyors, I think that helped to stand out. They're going to hold our feet to the fire when it comes to flavor of coordinates and metadata and things that normally we might not even show on a plat, but with the digital files being more prevalent, that these things are going to become much more important. And I think people are going to start to understand that the surveyors are the guys that are going to be doing the ground truth between what's on the ground, what's in the records, straightening out the coordinates, making sure everybody's on the same sheet of music. And we're going to be the guys that ultimately are going to have uh, the sourcing of that information. In other words, the authoritative voice is what we're going to be in the future. We have to get together with these guys. They're the only ones that can handle the amount of data that we should be recording with every survey we do.
Exactly. And I can also report, well, besides, for those who don't know it, Linda has a series of webinars that we've been doing, that we've been hosting along with our partnership with Esri. You go on the Esri website under Parcel Fabric, and she's got a series of surveying and GIS webinars that are pretty darn good. However, to your point, Ed, we are in discussions with formerly EURISA, now GPN, Geospatial Professionals Network. We are going to host another survey and GIS online summit, online webinars. We're going to try to put some things together. We're shooting for probably early next year. Like I said, it'll be strictly online, and we're going to cover the gamut of things that are GIS that's useful for surveyors, and surveyor stuff that's useful for GIS. And I think it'll be very, very, very helpful again, like it was several years ago. All right. If nothing else on Esri, we'll go ahead and move on. Fall business meeting update. Just wanted to quickly talk about that, and we'll scurry off into the night. The schedule is pretty much set. We will be sending some stuff out here shortly. We are condensing everything down to a 2-day meeting. That the intention is, and I got to say, that gives me an opportunity here to say something. And there's a few chairs on here, but most of the committees, the committees are stepping up. The committees are meeting. They're getting stuff done. It's really a pleasure to see the work that's getting done between the meetings, getting stuff, really pushed along. The education committee it's amazing what they've already accomplished. Continuing to see the workforce development and all of the things that they're doing. Membership is getting reinvigorated. Stuart and the marketing is getting its together and really going to start making strides here shortly. You got CST, you got CFS, all the other boards and such. Don't want to leave anybody out, but it's really good to see the bulk of the discussions and the work getting done between the meetings. That way we can meet in the fall, 2 days, handle everything we need to do. The big in-person thing will be the regional meetings. And if there's any little things we need to do, we can handle them on a one-off basis. But really, then that way we go into the board meetings with actionable items, with results, and a goal of what we're trying to accomplish. So, like I said, we'll have that out here very shortly. We're looking forward to, like I said, a pretty good, pretty robust meeting. Once again, if you are in a place where you can help with some sponsorships, the young surveyors could use a little bit. We keep going back to the well of NCSS and Trimble and Esri and a few others, and we want to make sure and try to pass that around just a little bit. One thing that's not on here that I do want to mention, that's going to come up, like I said, for next month, and it's and I'm curious. While we got a few minutes here to talk about it, one of the charges for the education committee is to become partners again with AAGS and take on more of a role within the SALIS Journal. That there are those on the education committee that feels like there needs to be more interaction with this true surveying community to go along with the geodetic side, and being able to have the opportunity to have more articles, both peer reviewed and non-peer reviewed articles, to be put in the SALIS Journal. So we're going to be negotiating with AAGS on an MOU, revising our current MOU, to really see what we can do and find a way that we can give as a member benefit to our NSPS members access to that SALIS Journal online, and figure out a way how we can pay for it and just make that a benefit of the NSPS member. So we're hoping we're able to do that. Like I said, we're going to be trying to work it out, and we'll have more to talk about either next town hall, or we'll push it off till September. Mr. Murphy, did you have something?
Negative. Just kind of lower my hand.
Okay, very good. Mr. Mike Given, go ahead.
Hey, Tim. I haven't heard any news back yet about the NC's letter that Linda wrote back after our spring meeting. Has NC's responded to our comments about the geospatial mapping science exam?
Short answer is no.
Okay, that brings up a point. I got a copy of the NC's conference report, and there were several things in that report that's very eye-opening to me. And after the spring meeting, I went back to our state and gave a report. And Pennsylvania is kind of they're not necessarily not wanting to have a mapping science, and we're probably okay with that. The biggest thing that we're having trouble with is calling them a professional surveyor. And the other thing that was really eye-opening was that the talks on this has been going on since 2018, very long time, and we just now found out about it, or I did. Maybe I've been living in a cave or something, I don't know. But anyways, the biggest thing is calling this geospatial exam. Somebody that passes the FS and then they're going to pass a PS, they're calling it same as the regular surveyor, principles and practice of surveying geospatial exam. But then they're recommending to make that designation as a professional surveyor. And we're just, my board at the state society is really concerned about the public not being able to differentiate between a regular PLS professional surveyor versus this geospatial expert, and they're going to be confused. That's our biggest concern.
Well, to be honest with you, Mike, all of the states that I've talked to, and it's probably going on, it's over 10. All of them that I've talked to express the same issue and the same concern. So
I guess it's just going to be left up to the individual states whether they pass or they start using that exam, and each state board is going to have to, make that decision, right? I mean, it sounds like it's a done deal already. The way
I'll say something to
that. Tom actually had his hand up first.
Okay, no problem.
I had it for a different reason, but it's not a done deal because it's got to be voted on by the at their next annual meeting, which is in August in New Orleans. And you are correct. It's up to the individual states if they want to do it. And the comment I would like to make in up until 1989, the state of Maryland had a professional land surveyor and they had a property line surveyor. And one of the reasons we dropped the property line surveyor is that the public was confused on what's the difference between the two. So aren't they all surveyors? And basically, it should be left up to the professional to educate his client on what he can and can't do and rely upon his ethics. And that's just my personal opinion on it. The other thing I wanted to bring up, in the state of Delaware, they have dropped a bill that's still under consideration regarding anytime the surveyor excavates, they have to call 811 and get an 811 ticket, which means if you're on a farm field and you're looking for a property corner, you got to have 811 come out and clear the area for you. The surveyors in ACEC is in discussions with them regarding this because it seems like a very enormous cost that will be to surveyors if you got to wait for 811 to come out and say, yeah, you can put your hub in the ground. Well, I shouldn't say hub. You can put your traverse point in the ground, 18-inch rebar. Oh, you're excavating. So I don't know if it's happening in any other states, but I just wanted to bring it up as something that's happening in the state of Delaware.
Yes, when I was in Illinois, I was government affairs chair, and that's something that we tackled several times with the Julie people, and they were very insistent that surveyors were going to have to do that. And so, what ended up being the nail in the coffin to basically shut it down was we gave, and I forget what the number was, but we told them the number of requests that they were going to have to fill regardless of who pays for the time and the number of requests, and they quickly left the exception for surveyors in there. So anyway, Mr. Craddock, I think you were next.
Yeah, now I've got two things. Number one, or I agree with Tom on the NCEE's mapping sciences exam. They're just looking at getting that exam together because over 10 states have asked for that. They are not probably going to make I'm sure they won't make a recommendation as to whether you call them professional surveyors or mapping science professionals. South Carolina has two licenses. One is a professional surveyor, the other is a mapping science professionals, can't do surveys. North Carolina is the opposite. They license everybody as professional surveyors. So that's just going to be up to the individual states, Mike. So just so everybody's clear on that. As far as the 811, Tom, if we have that issue here in North Carolina, and if you'll be in Bloomington, I'd be glad to sit down and have a conversation about that.
Thank
Maybe
you.
I can get stats on how that's working here. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Dolan.
Yeah, on the mapping sciences license, the feeling that we're having in our state is that we're probably going to not support that. And one of the things that we're doing, and I would suggest that the other states do it, NCEES will probably prepare this licensing exam. Where you have to defend it is your state legislature. And what we've done is we have gotten our PAC very active. We are bringing in members. We fashioned our PAC after the NSPS PAC, and we've raised in the last month, I think, $7,000 or $8,000, and we're keeping up that campaign. And we are going to make sure that we're working with the legislature in Jersey and the proper committees so that we can defeat this if it comes to New Jersey. That's one of the only way you're going to be able, if you're objecting to this, the only way you're going to be able to deal with it. You're not going to influence, you might be able to influence NCEES, but if you want to reject this thing, you have to work through your state legislatures. And I would encourage all of the state affiliates to do that, because not only will it benefit you on this issue, but it will benefit you on many, many others. And I think we're also starting to see, with bringing this issue forward, we're getting some more members from our non-member surveyors. Once they start to hear about what's going on, they want to join the affiliate so that they can have a voice in this issue and many others. So I think if you use it as a membership issue and a legislative issue, we can be successful for those of us who believe that this is not the way to go, to stop it.
Very good. Thanks, Joe. Mike?
Yeah, so kind of ties right into this. The other issue that I had, I know we were all supposed to get back our comments about the model law, model rules changes proposed. Pennsylvania is fine with what was put forth, and we're really looking forward to that. I'm assuming, I think we've already passed the deadline for all that. Are we going to get a report out from Gary Kent's committee on the model rules, model laws for us to look at before the fall conference, so we're not surprised at the fall conference? We'd really love to get a copy of that as soon as possible to look at.
I believe the self-imposed deadline from the committee was September 1. So yes, the plan was to get something back out to you by September 1.
Okay, because if this thing moves forward, there's implications that it's going to change what our comments are in the model law, model rule, right? With the geospatial exam, there's going to be some more changes needed there. They're tied together.
Right. No, agreed. It's it's going to throw a monkey wrench into that. Definitely.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Ed
Tim,
O'Brien
I'm
had a,
sorry.
go ahead,
I
Joe.
got knocked off. I got thrown out of that right when I finished my comment. My connection got disrupted, so I didn't know there was anything came on after that with
No,
the issue.
no, we're good.
Okay.
Ed O'Brien had a comment. Yes, the AAGS, the geodetic certification, they're doing all the testing right now internally. They're going to be looking for some beta testers here shortly. And so that we'll be on the lookout for that, where we'll be looking for some guinea pigs out there that won't necessarily want to get the certification, that wouldn't mind trying it. And we'll keep you posted on all of that. The last thing, and we're right at time. The last thing I want to go ahead and throw out there is that while this has been okay, the platform, I think we're going to go ahead and make a switch next month. We're gonna switch back over to Zoom, and in that way we don't have to worry about everybody seeing each other. I mean, we'll have it as a regular Zoom. What I liked about this was in having you register, we were able to have a better track of how many, who's showing up and who's participating for everything. We think we figured out a way to do that in Zoom, and to be honest with you, the once again, the AI within Zoom and the transcription is so much better than this one. It recognizes who is speaking and what have you, from the sources, and really puts together a nice report versus me sitting listening back through everything and say, yeah, Joe said this and Mike said this and Jim said that. So it's a lot more user friendly. Imagine that. AI is user friendly. So with that, we can wrap it up. Anything for the good of the order? I hear nothing, see nothing. I thank you again for being here. Thanks again to Linda for filling in for me last month. There's going to be times, including I think next month, that we're going to have some fill-ins, but we want to continue these. That it to me, it's been useful to hear the feedback and to be able to share some of these the items that are going on. So look for an email next week with a lot of follow-ups, with the marketing report, with the membership drive information, and anything else we feel that's necessary to get out to the directors. And with that, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
See you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Thank y'all. See you soon.
See ya.